Live at 2, it's Boilon Review. Hey, that rhymes. I actually just thought of that completely out of the blue. Today is Friday, which means I'm going to get on my soapbox and talk about a few things. Now, before we get started, I, I do want to talk about I just got the message, the bumps to the Uncanny Avengers. It's going to be in the blog as well. We're gonna touch on a few things in the blog. It's it's a little bit late, I guess, if you'd watched the Envoy version of it. But there's a few things that I want to go over here that's a little bit separate to that. There was that maintenance complete. I didn't actually pick that up, but that was from yesterday. I think from all the screw ups and the instability of the game servers and all that. I'm holding that for Monday's event because it's campaign energy related. Remember, if you had kept up with my data mines, you should have probably been stacking your campaign energy ahead of Monday. That's going to help you out a lot. One thing that I do want to talk about, also the free claim, actually, by the way, if you go to the chain section of the offers, there is going to be free 1.7 million gold. So make sure you pick that up because that is going to be there. And then in the free claims as well, we have 5 Howard shards, some of those undying orb fragments, and the usual stuff. There's a little bit left, actually. So you might have seen, oh, great. Is it going to even let me claim it? I hope it claimed properly. Good God. Oh my God. Okay, let's move on and hope that actually hits my account. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the 6th anniversary gift because so far, and maybe I logged in prematurely. At like 2 o'clock. I don't see anything here yet. I did claim, so that's nice. I do not see an inbox for the 7th anniversary inbox, which was supposed to be today. It was March the 20th. It was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was March the 28th, which was also for Friday, I think, last year. But anyways, I looked back on my dates. Actually, it was March the 29th, but whatever. Anyways, it's supposed to be on the Friday. The 4th Friday is when they're supposed to give it out. Maybe it's going to show up tomorrow, right? Maybe they're doing it on the specific day of March 29th. Maybe they are. And maybe it will show up tomorrow. We'll find out. I wanted to kind of let people know about what was in the gift from last year. But I also want to make clear that power core inflation has changed because this was before the doubling of power cores in the arena. So this was 600 cores, 100 T4s, 2 mega gold orbs, a bunch of characters, 60 shards. There were 6 million gold, 600 L4 training modules. That is really nice for those people who are starved for that. The MSF original characters, Kestrel, Vol, Spiderweaver, 600 DPCs, and then a whole slew of random orbs. What's funny about this, though, is because they actually caused the game to crash. If you go back in the blog post from like this time last year, there was a blog post saying that how everyone was mass opening their orbs and it caused the games to crash. So we'll see tomorrow whether or not that they end up sending this out to us, the 7th anniversary gift, and what it ends up being if that's the case. Look out for that. If it's not there, I'm going to be really disappointed because I really hope that they haven't decided to replace that with Twitch drops. Twitch drops have been going on for the last 4 weeks, as you guys know, but I don't think it's a replacement to what should be an inbox. So they haven't said anything because, as far as I'm aware, in the blog they make no mention unless there's something added. But when I watched the Envoy version of it, there was no mention of a 7th anniversary gift inbox. So I'm a little bit concerned. Didn't even do a really special login calendar at all this month. So that was like an anniversary login calendar because they did this on previous years as well. Overall, I'm a little bit disappointed, in my opinion, of what they should be giving out as free stuff, especially as, in my opinion, putting out the kind of content and instability that this game has had. It hasn't been super great, in my opinion. They just can't release things without things going wrong. So that's just the start of things. Let's dive on over. Sorry. Before we go, I want to touch on this before we jump into the blog. So the chaotic storm raids, right? You guys might have seen my video from yesterday. I did the whole thing. I cleared the entire raid. I got to the very end. But that's not actually what I'm here to talk about today. What I want to talk about is the difference of the numbers. Did you just see that? So it says 49.46, but then if you come out of it, it's going to give you the node percentage, including the boss nodes, 66.6. We didn't quite get 70%. But what I've heard has been happening with some players in their alliances is that when they hit 70%, aka 70 with, or maybe is it regular 70 and 100 with the bosses, something like that. It's been triggering a clear of the entire raid, even though that all the nodes were not cleared. But including the boss nodes, which are now optional, has been counting towards that 100% mark, and it's been causing a premature end to the raid. So even though that the whole map wasn't cleared out, I guess the game thinks that's the case when you include those boss numbers, and you eventually hit 100 or over 100, but the whole map isn't cleared out, if that makes sense. So I don't know what's going on here. I hate the fact that it's kind of jumping between the numbers. It's a little bit confusing, both for me and for other players. We don't really know what's going on. Is it, in fact, optional to do the bosses? I haven't seen any clarification by Scopely on this and any further posts. Maybe there will be later on today. I hope that they'll clear this up because it's not a good look. That being said, my goal for my alliance is getting at least the 40% rewards mark going forward. The fact that it still shows that it's locked at 70, I'm guessing that you need to hit the with the boss nodes 70, right? I'm not there yet. I'm at whatever it was, 46 and 66 or whatever it showed there. So I'm not at 70 on either of those numbers. But I'm not sure what actually unlocks the 70% in this instance, whether it's the first number here or the second number, right? It's just 49 or 66. I don't know. Which one's my actual rewards threshold value, please? And if somebody knows this, some reason or somehow, please let me know in the comments down below. This is just stupid, in my opinion. So let's take a look at some of the things that are in the blog, what's coming up to the game. We have Temporal Cataclysm Temporal Cataclysm 2 coming back to the game. Strike Pass. A lot of this, if you've been following my data mines, you basically know what's coming. You get the information on like Tuesday or Wednesday typically. Daredevil Modern is going to be available, and then we have the Command Center. I want to check that out. The Command Center, has that been updated for today? Make sure you're checking that, right? There's some stuff in there, some free crap that you want to pick up. There is another Raid Frenzy just started, so this is important. Battling Chaotic Storm Raids, you're going to get some X coins out of this, and this is a decent amount of free X coins. It's not a ton of stuff, but make sure you're clearing that. You're going to get some stuff for battling in raids, and then earn Chaotic Storm Raid points. So if you need XP still, and these ability, or oh yeah, that's that has the T4s, right? So that's fine. That's actually a fair bit for the week. This 530 orbs times 3, right? You get 3 drops, so that's 90. Is that right? In terms of 90 T4s in there. So that's not too bad for free, right? You're just doing this anyways. So make sure you're checking in here to clear that, to pick up the rewards, especially in Battle Festival. This is going to be important for your Mcron, Crystal Fragments. It's just another place for you to have to check your events and claims. I thought they were dumping all of the milestone stuff like into here, but now they've just basically made it an additional set of milestones and stuff that you need to check. So it's not made things easier as such. It's just giving you another place that you have to go and check it. They might as well have just thrown this into the milestone page. Like, unless they're going to be like condensing everything into this location, which they haven't done yet. I don't know what the whole purpose of this was. I guess it's not even a global milestone, in fact, but maybe they'll put the global milestone in here. This is all individual stuff. I mean, some of this is you need your alliance, but it's not. I don't know, guys. Like, I thought things were supposed to be simplified. Doesn't appear to be. We have the path orbs for the raids, for the spotlight raids for Jean and Hercules. That's going away. So make sure you open all of those. It's going away soon. And any of those Hercules accolades that you might have, make sure you spend that as well. Jean Grey and Hercules to the bumps. That's already... did we not just see that in the inbox there? Kahori to the Battle World store. Miss Marvel Classic to the Crucible store. Medusa to the Spotlight Raid Orb, and then Ancient One going from the Spotlight Raid Orb to the Blitz store, so easier to get there. Spotlight Raid Orb is super easy. Anyway, so Medusa is going to be like day 1, 7 yellow. Miss Marvel Classic slowly as well. Kahori, I'm going to start... Actually, no, I'm already at 7. I'm actually already at 7 yellow for Kahori, so this doesn't matter for me. But getting these 2 characters up to 7 would be quite helpful as well. I have not seen... What is this? Make sure to stick around to the end. A new... wait. Is this the old video? Hold on. Is this new? What is new? Oh, hey, it's Dorky Dad. Oh, this is the Envoy Summit that they had running here. Okay, so I'm not gonna watch this entirely. It's all about those players and stuff that were there, and Ryan Jacobson. Maybe there's something at the end that's interesting. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll watch this at a later time, but I'm not gonna do it here in the blog video. And then we have Daredevil Modern, so that's coming on April Fools, right? Nothing's gonna go wrong then. When is that? On Tuesday, right? Path to Vigilante, same crap, same new team, same crap. Not really gonna do. Apparently, we're gonna get the Path Orbs in our raids though. So there you go. The showcase stuff, same crap. Not gonna really go over that. It does. It's the release order though. Daredevil, and then Silver Sable, and then Hit Monkey. So there you go. I think I already mentioned that in a previous video. First time rewards, Friday free claim, Twitch drops. Now this is interesting that they're bringing this back post anniversary. And the reason why I want to bring it up here today is some people have been asking me whether or not this would convince me to get back to Twitch. I haven't been on Twitch for, I haven't been on Twitch regularly, probably for about a year and a half. I took a break from it because it took a lot of energy. Like I've been spending, where do I spend my energy? I do a lot of YouTube videos for you guys, obviously, and I spend a lot of time in my Discord server. For those of you who might be regulars in my Discord server, you guys know that I spend a lot of time there communicating with you guys there. And that's kind of my outreach. I do like Twitch for the outreach though, and this may convince me to come back to it because I'll admit that there just wasn't a lot of value financially, for Twitch, to spend 3-4 hours. It's exhausting, right, to stream for that long in a consecutive period of time. I've been speaking with a few others though about Twitch drops and how that's led to some improvements on their end, and so I might do this when I move to Germany. So as you guys know, I'm going to be 2 weeks today. I am moving to Germany, and so when I might stream would be when I get my stuff set up in Germany, and probably EU prime time, which is going to be North America morning. So something like 9 a.m. Pacific time, which would be like 6 p.m. EU time, that kind of thing. That's kind of the expectation that I would have if I'm going to stream. I would do it for a couple of hours, maybe raid Mobile Gamer after, something like that, right? That's whenever he goes up there. That's the kind of expectation that I would have if I do jump back into Twitch. I will share all of that with you guys both on YouTube and on Discord as well, though. If I do decide to do that, the next 2 weeks for me is just really, really busy. So there may not be as many videos coming out on this channel. Like I'll be doing a lot of the important stuff, data mines, event videos, that kind of stuff. But you may not see videos every single day over the next 2 weeks because I am prepping for the move, and that's really important to me. So just wanted to kind of update people about what's going on. Temporal Cataclysm, that was the hard trial stuff that was in December around the Christmas period. But this is actually associated with like a global milestone now as well. So it's still going to have that, but you're actually going to get some additional rewards, I believe, including Gear 19. The Thanos Diamond costume. They're finally revealing that as a reward there. And there's going to be some global milestone points, which will give you extra rewards there. So more stuff to do next week. That's fine. I don't know if you have to how high you need to go on the difficult. There's 16 difficulties. I don't know how high you need to go to get Thanos costume. I'll have to find out. We'll cover this a little bit more in detail when it opens up next week, though. Mcron crystals and power cores associated with the global milestone. Now, what's interesting about the global milestone is technically you just need to make progress. You have to complete a temporal cataclysm run to get on the leaderboard, and after that, you can just let everyone else do whatever to get more points. I don't know if you're supposed to run this multiple times for every whatever. The global milestones is a global effort, right? So you could do the bare minimum and let everyone else do it if you don't want to, and then there you go, and you'll get that done. They're talking about more command center stuff. You'll see it as you see it in there's Silver Sable done. I've already talked about this in the data mines as well. There's the X-Men in space, which is the Havoc month-long. Again, I'm pretty sure I covered this in the data mines as well. So April is the Havoc month-long. Although I'm not going to go over all this stuff that I've already talked about previously. There is, however, an interesting little diagram. Is that actually important? Not really. I suppose there's nothing really of interest there that's different than what we don't already know. And Quack Fu. So that's the event coming next week, right? I spoke about this as well. You get points for battling in raids with Night Stalkers and Orcus, but also with gear tier. That's important too. And then spending campaign energy. And it is at a 4-1. The charts aren't in here. It's not in here, but I have seen it on some of the Envoy videos that the campaign energy is 4-1, which means that you should hoard, in my opinion, you should hoard your campaign energy starting now, or you should have done it before. My 3,000, for example, is going to give me 12,000 points. So that's going to be quite a bit of a push on Monday, and I'm going to keep stacking until Monday. So maybe I'll get up to 4 to 5,000, and that should help me push a little bit further come Monday. But the Night Stalkers and Orcus portion requires up to gear 19 on both of them to get the bonus points. So keep that in mind. A 7 yellow star and then gear 19 to maximize your points on this event. We'll be covering this in more detail on Sunday's event video. And then another commands. There's like all these. They're just chucking command center events at you. Starlight Vigil is going to be another one. Spending the Vigilante showcase energy and battling in raids with. How are you going to battle in raids with the Vigilantes without the full team? Are they expected us to go in with just a Punisher and Elektra? Absolutely insane. Okay, so the rest of this stuff is just raid related, and that's okay. One thing before we go that I want to point out is that it hasn't flipped over yet, but if you are waiting to level up your Vigilantes characters, keep an eye on when this might happen, because then, and I'll probably do a video on it, honestly, that Elektra will give you double dip points for the race to 105 for every level above 100, assuming that it comes before it ends. So where's the race to 105? Actually, there's only 3 days left, so maybe not. We'll see whether or not it flips over in time. And then this has just started now. So make sure that you're doing this. The X-Raid Multiversal Siege. You must participate at least one time in a raid battle, and then you can start collecting your Mcron crystals in there. So I think that's everything. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Have a great rest of your weekend that's starting now. And I'll see you guys on the next video. And I'll catch you guys probably on Sunday for my event video, unless something else crazy happens between now and then. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.